Hi class, hope you had a good Wednesday. Here's our Wednesday night homework. Today we'll be doing the opposite of what we did yesterday. Yesterday we had a graph of a line and we wrote the equation. Today you'll notice we have equations and we are going to write the graphs or draw the graphs. The good thing is we are going to use the same equation that we've been using, y equals mx plus b. That is the form that the equation is given in, and this tells us all the information we need in order to draw the graph. So let's look at m. We should all know at this point that m is our slope, and it tells us rise over run. And we also know that b is our y-intercept, and that's where our line crosses our vertical axis. And today we want to add on to these one little thing. B is going to be where we begin. That's the first step of drawing our graph, is beginning with our y-intercept. And then M tells us about our mountain. We might have a really steep mountain, a not so steep mountain, a downward mountain, and slope tells us the steepness. So first we need to know where to begin, so we're going to use our y-intercept, our b value. Then we're going to determine how steep our mountain is with our slope. So let's go ahead and look at our first equation. We have y equals 2x minus 4. If it helps, you can always write y equals mx plus b below to help you remember what's in each spot. And we start with b, where we begin. So I'm going to highlight those pieces. Our equation says plus 4, and the equation that we're graphing says, our equation says plus b, but our equation that we're graphing says minus 4. That minus 4 simply tells us that we are going to go down from the origin. So we are going to start at our origin right in the middle, and we're going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot. That is the first dot of our graph. So we've begun. We did our B. Now we have to figure out what type of mountain do we have. Is it going to be going up? Is it going to go down? So now let's look at our M value right here. And our M is 2. So M equals 2. That's great, but I always like to think of slope as rise over run, and right now I just have rise 2. If you ever have a whole number, we can put 1 underneath. So this is telling us rise 2, run 1. So from that original yellow dot, I'm going to rise 2 spaces and run 1. And here's a second dot. I'm going to do that again, rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Once I have 3 or 4 dots, you can stop, you can always keep going. But once we have a few, we can go ahead and draw our line. And you just want to make sure your line goes through all of your points. And we put arrows on the end because that line continues going past our small graph that we have drawn. So that's all we're doing. We're using the same things that we learned the other day to now draw pictures of graphs. Let's try one more. So again, we can write below our formula. I like to have it there, y equals mx plus b. Let's look at our b value. B is positive 3 or plus 3. So from that origin, right there at 0, 0, we are going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Put a dot. We have now begun our graph, our B. Now we need to create our mountain. Our slope here is negative 1/2. So M equals negative 1/2. So this is saying I'm going down 1 and running 2. Remember that negative slope means down. So from that original yellow dot, I'm going to go down 1 and over 2. 1, 2. here's my point. Let's do that again. Down 1, run 2. There's my point. I'm going to do one more. Down 1, run 2. There's my point. So I have 4 dots. I can connect those dots. Add your arrows. And that is all we're doing. So go ahead and use these notes. The 2 on your own problems are on the next page. Try your best and you will practice in class tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Let me know if you have questions.